Yo, what's up? This is your boy Sk8 Boy Q. I'm back with another review. And what's up next? MLB The Show. Music in the background by the profound TJ. We will be promoting him all throughout this video. As you can see in my stadium, this is another one of his tracks. I'm gonna go through my practice hitting so y'all can pretty much hear some of his music. And I'm gonna come right back after he gets done with his track and I get done with my I get done with my practice hitting. Okay, guys, I'm back. I am back, and I'm pretty much gonna be doing a little fast play throughout here. I will be doing a lot of fast play because pretty much I want to go ahead and get into this review. This is gonna be kind of a long review because MLB is pretty much one of my favorite games. Like, it tops the list. Pretty much, yeah, it tops the list almost. It's neck and neck with Naruto, Ninja Storm. So between MLB The Show and Naruto, those two games, I'm pretty much playing all day. The top of the list, the best game I always play, my favorite game, is of course NBA 2K. Sorry, 2K NBA has just been knocking them out, So that's just pretty much what I like. But let's get into this review. It's gonna be kind of long. I'm gonna talk about likes, dislikes, everything under the sun. Let's go on here. We're going to talk about physics. Because, my three categories are physics, depth, and creativity. I'm going to go ahead and jump into physics. With physics, this game improved this year. This game has muchly improved. I'm even going to go out on the line and already tell you. They got a 9.5 in physics. That's already it. They got a 9.5. I mean, some other stuff could have been better. I'm going to get into what could have been better. And as far as other categories goes, this is the most improved category out of everything on here. But as far as physics go, they've done pretty good and, well, actually awesome. And as far as improvement goes, I'm telling you, great. I have very little problems when it comes to them in physics. Well, nowadays, back in the other games, I'd be wondering, hey, was that supposed to hit first base, that grounder? Hey, wasn't that supposed to bounce off the mound? What's going on here? It's kind of sorry, to see that some of this stuff is not happening the way I think it should happen, So I get to the point where I'm just like, I'm supposed to be safe, or maybe that's supposed to be an error, or what's going on, or maybe he had to chase it a little bit. I probably would have still been out, but it's supposed to hit off the mound, and then the second baseman was supposed to get it, or maybe it could have hit off the base, and went in the air, and I probably could have been safe or something. But they've improved on that. I hit a line drive, it bounces off third or first base, or sometimes you hit it right up the middle, it can hit off second base and change its direction and go towards the third baseman or first baseman, depending on which side of the bag it hits off of. So between all of that, yeah, they have improved very much so. Now, moving on to another part of physics I do want to talk about. These guys have improved on more so the contact hitting. Contact hitting sucked. really, really bad. And I love to see that they have improved on contact hitting. Contact hitting is getting to be a little bit more useful, to be honest, because sometimes I have my contact up to like 80, 85, and I still get out a lot, and I just want to use my contact because I know, hey, I'm more reliable in the contact area. But coming all down to it, it still sucks. It's like, what's going on? My contact sucks. And also, like you just saw right there, the catcher did not make the throw. They have improved on that in a sense to where the catcher doesn't, if it hits the ground, it doesn't just go straight past you. Now you can catch it on the bounce, act like you're trying to get the tag there. The only way it can go past you is if the catcher overthrows you. And to be honest, I actually really like that. I really do like that part of the physics category. Well, it's not even physics, but most of the mechanics of the game. I love that part. I just want to go ahead and say that while that was on screen. But another part of physics I don't like is when it comes to online gaming. I know I was playing one guy online. He used to just, every time you think he hit a ball, he would go back to the replay and re-look at it. And to be honest, it would morph through his bat, and it would be horrible. It happened 4, 5, 6 times. I mean, of course, I'm assuming it happened to me at sometimes, and I just didn't really care. I was like, sometimes you got to be a little lucky when you're playing an online game, and sometimes that's just what it comes down to. You just have to be a little lucky, and that's just how it is. But it does get to be a little, it's a downside to it, because some gamers don't feel like, having to deal with that aspect of the game. Morphing up with baseball to the bat online, and you work kind of hard to get your ranking, so when you lose a game, it's stuck on your record. And if it's because you didn't hit a ball, but you kind of did hit the ball, I guess sometimes it could be a mental error there. It'll kind of stay with you in the mental area. But that's another part of physics that they really do need to improve on. But that's pretty much the 1%, because when it comes to just you gaming by yourself, Road to the Show, Diamond Dynasty, franchise, even Home Run Derby, the feel there, you hit the ball, it's gonna go pretty far on Home Run Derby. You hit the ball in regular games, whether it be Diamond Dynasty, franchise, or Road to the Show, if it hits the bag, it's gonna bounce off the bag. And also when it comes to hitting off the wall, it's gonna hit off. If it hits off the wall high, it's gonna fall a little short right below the wall. It's not gonna hit off the wall and go pretty far from the wall. It's gonna stay kind of close to that wall if it hits up high. The lower it hits, the more driven that ball was in the first place, so the further it's gonna come off that wall. But I like this aspect of it. They have great physics, really great physics. And the category of physics, MLB The Show 13 has earned a rating of 9.5, and that is very good. They have improved a lot. I have very little complaints from them, so I'm just gonna go on the bar and say, just keep on, stay on the track you are, MLB. And if y'all need any testing, any game testing, any actual reviews, any actual comments on, just actually telling you the truth. Hey, just come on over here to Twisted Saiyan, ask us for help. We will, get y'all help. We're just trying to get out there. Twisted Saiyan games here. And let's get on into the part of depth. Now, depth. They have franchise. They have Diamond Dynasty. They have, of course, your online gameplay. And also Road to the Show. And also you have your online franchise. I did not write that down. I'm doing this whole review off of my Motorola phone. I have a Droid Razr M. Very good phone. I'm doing all my reviews off of my phone. Put the categories down, put the ratings down, put what I want to talk about, and I just follow straight down the list. But going off of here, franchise. What I will say about franchise is gameplay has improved. Like, coming from just rookie all the way up to your hardest gameplay level. I will say one thing. Their difficulty, is very gradual now. I do love the gradualness of it. Like, it'll be somewhat hard, like when you change from rookie to veteran, it'll be somewhat hard, and then, it'll get harder, and then it'll be, bam, this is veteran. This is your full potential veteran. It doesn't just go from rookie, veteran, hardest. It kind of gradually takes you in there once you change the settings. And I love that about this, and last year I didn't like it. I didn't like going from rookie, and I'm like, man, this is really easy, you know. And I was beating teams like 23-0, and I'm like, you know what, just gonna go ahead and switch my gameplay level, because I played online also, and I'm like, you know what, gotta switch it, gotta get better, you know. So when I'm online, I won't, you know, hurt myself, because you play on rookie by yourself, and you go online and your ranking is a veteran, and you have no choice but to play against veteran or better, you're hurting yourself. So. But I did that last year with the MLB 12 show, and what happened was, all in all, it just went straight change. It was just a straight shift, and I didn't have no time to really react to it, you know. But now to give you kind of the reaction time, the better you get, the better the computer gets. The better you get, the better the computer gets. Then once you're on the level of the computer fully, then, hey, you can't go no harder, then you stay there, you know, until it gets to the point where it was like on rookie. It gets too easy. You know, you're used to the pitching, you're used to the speed. Once it gets too easy, go up, you know? And I love that about every single level of gameplay. And what I can say about franchise is that, just like in Road to the Show, you see me hitting a home run right here. It takes time to really get used to everything. As far as money, and as far as trading, and also scouting, it gives you time to just do things. It's not like, hey, I'm playing Road to the Show, I get like all these awards, and now I'm bored of it, which I will get to Road to the Show in a minute. But it has like so much going on, you know. It takes time to play all of it. So I buy a $60 game, I'm doing stuff.
Pitch is just a little bit in, not really a terrible location at all. But if
when it comes to franchise, I will say one thing. I love the post-game play. Post-game play is awesome. Post-game play has gotten more hype. And also, I love the extraness they put in there to where, like, you know, hey, this is the playoff, you know. They even show the pitchers getting warmed up in the bullpen. They built this atmosphere that really calls to the MLB. This is the major leagues, you know. They built this new atmosphere, and personally, it goes hand in hand. Franchise and Road to the Show, it's the same atmosphere, you know, both of them. I love this new atmosphere they have brought to the game. That is also, when it comes to Diamond Dynasty, Diamond Dynasty, it's okay. It can use a little bit of tweaking, to be honest. And just like Road to the Show can use a little tweaking, Diamond Dynasty is okay. It's not really my favorite. I'm stuck on franchise, to be honest, guys. I played Diamond Dynasty for a while, but I'm stuck on franchise. Franchise has that atmosphere. It has, you know, scouting. It has a lot of stuff to do. So I'm always busy doing things. When it comes to Diamond Dynasty, I mean, it has stuff to do, but let's just say it's not as compelling as franchise mode. And when it comes to online gameplay, it's okay. It's okay. It's just, it gets to this point where I'm just like, you know, I get tired of people disconnecting because I'm beating them. I get tired of the morphing through the bat on my part and my other players' part. And sometimes the connectivity between players on Wi-Fi, very bad. Even though, you know, say you have two friends, like me and a friend, I'm playing online. I'd be like, hey, what? How many bars you got on your laptop over there? He's like, I have 4 bars. You know, I got 4 or 5 bars on my laptop. He has 4 or 5 bars on his laptop. Because, I mean, the Wi-Fi on the house, we both have AT&T Wi-Fi, you know. And to be honest, AT&T has some awesome Wi-Fi. But getting to the point, when it connects us online, it sucks really bad. Or let's say it's good at first, but then I guess the longer we play, the worse it gets. And I don't understand that at all. I guess does it have anything to do with the servers? You know, am I not understanding something here? What's going on? But as far as I'm concerned, I've gotten to the point where online gameplay, I stopped playing mainly not because of the internet connection. Well, actually, take that back. Mainly because of the internet connection, because it got to a point where I can't connect to theshownation.com. I can't play online, and that is really starting to suck here. So mainly I stopped playing because of that. Can't connect to the Show Nation online. They can't connect me to play online games. Now, moving on. The other reason I stopped playing, players disconnect all the time. I mean, you can put in a issue report on that player, but you're just one person. Unless other people put in issue reports, it's not
Well, it's
really
going to take
useful.
a good throw from left field to get him, and they darn
So
near got one.
it's gotten to
He
a
was
point
able
where
to
it's just
race home
like
just ahead of this throw as he
it's just
scores
useless.
on
You
the
know, I don't play
sacrifice
online
fly.
gameplay. I love it though. I mean, I always have someone to play with, in the sense that, you know, I'm somewhat of an only child. It's only me and my brother at my dad's house, and since he's older than me, he has his own house. I just can't play with somebody right now. You know, so and then since it's not a lot of people at my school that play, you know, MLB The Show, at least to my knowledge, or you know, at least not a lot of people that I know that play MLB The Show. I don't have a lot of people to play with, so online gameplay is really useful, very fun, but it gets very stupid when the online connection is bad, and also players online are disconnecting all the time and they're getting beat, even though they even know there's a 10-point mercy rule. You know, the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm beating a lot of players by 10 points. It's not that I'm really good, it's just sometimes, hey, that's my game. Next game, I can get beat by 10 points. Hey, you know, that's their game. It's pretty much like baseball is. On any given day, anybody can be beat. But as far as online gameplay goes, it kind of hurts this category. And also, Diamond Dynasty is okay. It's not really compelling at all to me. So it's okay. You know, but in the area of depth, these guys have earned a 7.5. I mean, they're okay, but
Well, a pretty good offensive
they can
show of
use
force
some
in this
more depth. And I'm gonna get to the point where I tell y'all what I want in these extra categories that I think needs help. Moving on to creativity, I'm gonna say creativity and depth, they're gonna kind of go together at the end of the day, and I'm gonna tell you why. But in creativity, I'm going to tell you they got a 5. There is very little creativity in this game. Somewhat, the menus have changed. Somewhat, you know, music, you know, there's music problems. Reason I'm gonna tell you that now. In the background, I'm gonna let you listen to the Profound TJ for a minute. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. Like I was talking about music issues, I want to go ahead and let you listen to the Profound TJ, and I'm promoting him for today and for this review because he has some good music. Please go check him out. He has a Twitter at the Profound TJ, and also he has a Facebook page, same thing, the Profound TJ, and then also check him out on YouTube, same name. Now, I'm promoting him for today, and the reason I'm stressing this so much is because when I was trying to get his music set up on my game, which is actually on MLB The Show, they have their own music player, you know, you set it up, you bring your music in. The issue was, I'm highlighting his music. My cursor is over his music, and when I click play highlighted music, it plays another song. And it does that for other songs too. You know, even some MLB songs. I click play highlighted song, and I could be on, you know, Imagine Dragons Radioactive, and it plays another song from my playlist, you know, which can be, you know, Bruno Mars, Little Rain, Mirror, and it's very bad. It's like, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that your music player has issues where I click play highlighted, you know, music, but you can't play my music, or you don't play the right song, or what. I don't know what's going on. That needs to be fixed. You know, in a sense, this is a technicality. You know,
And with that,
this
he'll
doesn't
stretch
really
that hit
hurt the
streak as he's
game,
now hit in 8
you know,
straight
directly
games.
for my rating. But to be honest, it hurts me. It hurts it in a way that, you know, hey, when I want to play this song, I should be able to click on this song. It plays, end of story. I don't know what the problem is, but that problem needs to be fixed. Same as the technicality for, let's just say some of the Road to the Show problems, which I'm going to get to later. you know, or some of the actual, you know, technicalities for, you know, menu issues on other games. You know, menu issues should be very, you know, little percentage that they should happen on any game personally. But that's the problem with music issues. As far as creativity goes, I'm going to talk about, now I will talk about NBA 2K13 and just NBA 2K in general. Now I know this might not seem a little fair, but this is what it's coming down to. NBA 2K, they've given this atmosphere to the whole video game that when you go to my player, this is my player, this is my career, this is me, what's up, you know, and when you play in the game, you're like, man, what's up, you know, you have in-game commercials, which are your commercials, which I'll talk about later on another wish list of mine for NBA 2K14, you know, but this is what it's coming down to. I believe they should have pretty much kind of the same atmosphere for MLB The Show. I'm not saying rip off 2K, but I will say you can work with 2K. Maybe so. Maybe you need to. Because it's getting to the point where all I'm doing is playing. Yeah, you hopping my player up a little bit here and there. He wins awards. But it gets boring after a while. My player is pretty good. I've already won the Triple Crown with this player you see on screen right now. But after if you won Triple Crown, won MVP year after year, blah, 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 you know, it gets kind of boring. Like right now, he just hit a monster home run. And to be honest, he can do this at will. I can do this at will with this player. Only thing that's not stopping me is because sometimes it gets a little boring. It gets to the point where it's just like, I don't know the reason. Like, I mean, that was a grand slam right there. You know, I don't know the reason to play it anymore. But when I go to NBA 2K, I mean, after I get all their endorsements, yeah, it gets a little boring. But at the same time, the atmosphere they have with the in-game commercials or before you play the playoffs, you know, they'll be like hyping it up to the point where it's like, this is the, you know, NBA playoffs where only one person can be champion. You know, this is the fight, the struggle. They depict that, you know, they throw that at you and they say, hey, here it goes. You know, you want it, take it or leave it. And then also after every game, first game conference. So you're always doing something. There's always some kind of interaction. Then you have shoes to pick from. Now with baseball, cleats are cleats. They're black, they're gonna get dirty, some of them white, some of them personal colors. But hey, maybe you need to bring Under Armour, Jordan, you know, Jeter cleats into the picture. Something. There has to be more creativity to this. I'm sorry, but it gets a little boring. I'm to the point where I've already said it. I'm not getting MLB The Show 14 if there's no creativity. You can tweak the physics of it all you want, but if there's nothing that I can interact with, where it be endorsements and you know, commercials, endorsements, something where the player feels like he's a part of the gamer feels like he's in the game, you know, it gets kind of boring. And that's what this game is lacking. It's really lacking in a lot of creativity. That's pretty much the base of its problems. You know, MLB The Show, the physics, great. You know, I'm happy that they fixed the physics. If they didn't fix the physics, I probably wouldn't have got the game in the first place. And that's one reason why, you know, hey, I took it right here and I'm like, hey, look at this. Like this physics, it bounced up against the wall instead of coming back to the computer player. And I could go for a triple right here and I got a triple. Great, awesome, you know, whatever. But another thing I will say I don't like, you know, that's in, I don't know if it's in programming or what. I don't know what category to put this in MLB, but I hate that the computer player can run to the ball even though it's going to be off the wall, and they can judge exactly where their ball is going to play off of. They can judge exactly where their ball is going to, like, see that? He knew exactly where that ball was going. And humanly knowing that a lot of players in real life won't be able to do that. Some players, they have been playing outfield for so long that, you know, hey, they look at it, they judge it just a little bit, they know the general area. But it gets to a point where it's like, how do you even know that? Like, off the big monster back in Fenway, how do you know if it hits high off the wall exactly where it's going to go? Like, some of them, they can catch the ball right off the wall. That's one thing I don't like. I don't know what category to put that in, whether it be physics or player judgment, you know, inside of that programming, but the computer player judgment or computer AI judgment, you know, it's just a little bit too exact for me. It's a little too exact. It needs to be a little bit more human. Because when I guarantee you, when players play Road to the Show and they're an outfielder, they don't judge the ball as good as the computer does. I bet you they don't, and it's kind of frustrating to them. But for now, we're pretty much near the end of this review, and overall, MLB The Show, or MLB 13 The Show, has earned a rating of 7.5. And what I mean by earned, they've earned that because the creativity of this game in general is just kind of lacking to me. It's just kind of lacking. I need more to be into the game. I go play NBA 2K, and I'm sorry to keep going back to this game, but you feel immersed. You feel like you're in the game. You know, you feel like, hey, this is me. This is a part of me. What's up? It's good. You know, what's up, Sk8 Boy Q? You know, that's Sk8 Boy Q on screen, playing right there. Another home run. I feel good. You know, but they need a little bit more creativity. They need a little bit more feeling. They need a little bit more something in this game. You know. But, you know, I don't know what to say about it, but once they fix the creativity, they'll get a little bit more high score. They need to put the player in the game a little bit more. But as y'all know, you know, this is another hard review for me. This is one of my top games, not the top game. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this out a little early. Y'all can watch the last little bit of this gameplay. You know, but this has been Sk8 Boy Q, a review for MLB 13 The Show. They have earned a rating of 7.5. And Sk8 Boy Q is out. And as you know, when you're with Twisted Saiyan, you're gaming. Game on.
So a good job of collectively swinging the bats in this one, but if we had to single out one guy who outshined all others, I think it's the man who stands out right here. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, maybe a little disappointing that he could only get 3/4 of the cycle, especially since he got the two hardest ones out of the way, but all in all, still a great offensive performance.